Hey guys, some of you might remember a video we did some time ago talking about contradictions and paradoxes in Japan and talking about how they abound. Since then we've shown a few more examples of that. This is another example of that, in that as far as privacy is concerned, most people in Japan respect each other's privacy. However, people will turn up at your doorstep pretty randomly from anywhere from 7:30 in the morning. We've had people turn up on our doorstep 7:30 on a Sunday morning till 8 o'clock at night, probably later than 8 o'clock at night, 7 days a week. And it's considered perfectly normal. Nobody thinks it's unusual to have people calling out. They usually either bang on the door, or if you've got a intercom system, they buzz your intercom, or they just stand there and scream out "Sumasen" or "Gomen kudasai," and you come out and it's a salesperson, or in this case it's a gentleman from our local organisation, local area organisation, turning up, giving you random pieces of information or trying to sell you stuff, all sorts of different reasons that they randomly turn up. So it can be quite surprising, because in other ways, when you live in Japan, people are pretty respectful for your privacy, and in fact friends and family members usually don't turn up at your house. So most of the socializing that's done in Japan is usually done out. So usually people go and meet at restaurants and things like that to socialize and spend time with each other. So the privacy that you have in your own home is usually quite respected by your friends and family. However, they're Christians, by the way, selling Christianity, coming and want to talk to you about Jesus. So of course there's been people selling Jesus in Japan for a couple of hundred years. So they turn up fairly regularly, actually, different people from different Christian organisations. So we get that, we get salespeople, people turning up selling insurance and things like that. Often people selling internet connections and phone connections, because you can get a lot of smaller companies that work as agents that sell things. That gentleman there was asking if we had any metal or plastic that we didn't want that he could take to recycle. That's really common. We've shown you those cars that drive down the street with the speakers on the roof making a bit of noise, but they'll actually will come and knock on your door and ask you if you've got anything. Particularly if you've got a place like ours, it's sort of old and big, they sort of assume that there might be piles of metal or plastic lying around the place. And this lady has decided that we might need a funeral home. So she's from the local funeral home, or a funeral home, turning up asking us to keep them in mind if we ever need a funeral home. So if you come live in Japan, don't be surprised at the random people turning up at your doorstep. So you can just say, "Look, I'm not interested, sorry," and they will go away, of course. But anyway, there it was. More videos coming soon.